Peace and blessings, collective. Welcome in. I don't even know where to begin. Yesterday's message was the shift, but the shift is not. It's not a one and done. It's a constant shift, and the shift is continuing. And even the way I'm appearing on camera right now is a shift. And that's interesting because my camera just had way more battery than it does right now. But I'm going to get out as much as I can and we'll see how far we get. But I just, like, it's later in the day than I typically film. I am burning incense. And I actually just took a nap. And there, my human was telling me all the things that I needed to do, but something in me just kept saying, relax. Because I spent the entire morning, I've been reading, I've been meditating, I've watered my plants. You know, I've had a, it's Saturday morning. And, you know, I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to lay down because that's what I feel called to do. And I desire it. I'm just fighting it. And as soon as I got comfortable, and it was like a level of comfort that I haven't had, and I didn't even realize I wasn't having it, but it was so comfortable. And all I heard as I was allowing myself to fall asleep was, this isn't a nap. This is surrender. And that's the, like, that is the message, that is the call. Like, you need to follow your inner calling, the voice within, the higher consciousness that is streaming through you, that is connecting with you, that is guiding and leading you. You need to surrender in a way that does not make sense but feels so good. Like, that's the calling for all of us who have intentionally chosen to follow this awakening path, to awake from the big sleep. Like, and the big sleep is not death. The big sleep is the illusion that we are these cogs in this machine, and that there, it's an illusion of control. Like, taking that nap was the opposite of me being in control, even though I knew I wanted it, and I knew that the urge for it came from a place beyond me, because my body still needs it. You can still hear my voice. I feel amazing. I do. Like, I really do feel amazing. But my voice and this area is remaining congested. And shout out to someone in the comments of yesterday's video, because I was talking about like throat chakra blockage, but also we are in the midst of Mercury retrograde, which can cause like issues with speech, things like tripping over words, things like that. But there, the trust factor is, it's beyond words. This is not a nap. This is surrender. Surrender. I feel like tapping in with the Divine Masters and 22 Archangels Oracle. And I'm seeing on the bottom of this deck next to me Eros, which is like erotic love, essentially. And that is another energy that's been very loud and prevalent for me all day today. Gaia on the bottom of the deck. Resilient spirit, earth connection, stay rooted in trust and faith. That, ooh, it's resonating for me that was the earth asking me to rest. Because she is resting. There's been so many storms. I'm sure if you watch the news or anything, like, you're aware, but there's just been storms in my area. That's why I'm aware of them. I do not make a habit of watching the news. My parents always have it playing, and I come visit often enough that I get more than my fill. Ooh, there is a card in here that does not belong. This is a Gateway of Light Activation Oracle. Thoth Light Codes, Light Illumination, Great Teacher Awakens, Divine Magic. Interesting that is in here. And that's actually maybe the second time that I've had a card end up in a deck where it didn't, I won't say didn't belong. I'm glad it was there. I'm glad it had, you know, because, and then we have Lady Portia, Overcoming Limitations, Karmic Release, Let Go of the Need to Be Right, Release the Ego, Hilarion, Divine Emergence, Be Seen, Let the World Know Your Gifts. Excuse me. And I'm still reading A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle, and releasing the ego. Anytime you feel the need to be right, or you question your worth in alignment with whether or not you were right or wrong, when you hear yourself, like you could be stating a fact, but that moment of feeling, or like even the book even talks about how people get caught up in gossip. It's the momentary feeling of feeling like you know more than somebody else. But then once you tell them, they know what you know. But I mean, not even to say that that's the reason not to gossip, but like that made total sense to me. It's like, oh yeah, people do, like, the ego does enjoy knowing more than the other egos, quote unquote. But it's all, we all have the same ego because the ego functions the same in all of us. It just expresses differently in different personalities. And I'm still seeing this new vision on the bottom of the deck. And this new human expression is an egoless expression, and not egoless in the way that the ego no longer exists, but in the way that the ego knows that it serves a purpose, and that its purpose is not to captain the ship. It is a part of the crew. The ego is a part of the crew. Exhaustion. And a lot of our egos are exhausted from steering a ship that they were never trained how to operate. Like, and the fact that this is like such a robotic looking card, like they are operating heavy machinery, with their outdated machinery. Like, participation, that's the transition. Like, the ego is exhausted from being the only one driving the ship. We are now able to release and rely on source, on the divine, in a way that maybe has seemed care careless. I don't know. So it's childlike innocence. So the words that were just coming to mind were all the words that you might say to a child who has really big dreams. Wow, that just made me really emotional. Because just think about all of the things that adults have said to children with big dreams. And hopefully the things that you come up with are all good. But clearly, from the emotion that my body is processing, they're not all good. Bottom of the deck, though, participation. The ego is fine with a participation trophy. In this new paradigm, in this awakened state. Wow, I really am crying. That's crazy. It's not crazy, but that's the release. Let the ego take the back seat. And if you're hearing this and resonating with it, your ego is excited for this truth. The miser. This is egoic energy clinging to things. But your ego is at a point now where it's realized, okay, we've had a taste of what it's like to trust. Even if it's just been small things, like if you've just been choosing yourself in small ways recently and getting the joys, like me taking that nap and literally through a voice that I could not create, letting me know that this nap is beyond a nap. This is surrender. And how much joy flowed through me in that moment to know that I was following the call by doing the simplest task, by resting. Existence. This is a new way of existing beyond simple existence. Like, you're still going to do things. There will still be things done. I'm still here recording this video. I woke up from that nap and immediately felt like I needed to come on camera, even though, and this was the other layer, because if you've looked at the past videos on this channel, I'm like dressed and hair is out typically. I do have some videos with my head covered on here, but like my ego was trying to say, well, no, it's not time. You need to take a shower first. You need to change your clothes first. You need to do this first. You need to do that first. And it's like, why? Why do I need to do that? What does any of that have to do with the message? And immediately my ego was like, well, I guess nothing. And I'm here. So it's really that simple. Sorry if you can see my nose doing things. If you've been here the last couple of videos, my body is processing a lot of personal and collective release as mucus drainage. One moment. But I guess that carries that theme into this video as well. Ascension symptoms. And, general, whatever disclaimer, abundance on the bottom of the deck. I was just going to say, if you are feeling unwell, trust fudge. I wanted to cuss just then. Trust the abundance is like it's your birthright. Abundance is your birthright. You are receiving everything you've ever desired and all the manifestations of your heart because you are no longer trying. You are simply being who you have always been, who has always been innately worthy of everything your heart has ever desired. Because, and this has come out in some past messages, because Source knows, God knows, your higher self knows that all of these resources you are about to receive, you are going to use for kingdom building. You are here for kingdom building. Therefore, you will be compensated, you will be given, you will be gifted, you will be offered, you will be handed everything you need to fulfill that purpose. Creativity, and that was handed to you directly from Source itself, aka you, 1111. Creativity is the singular trait that connects every being on earth with Source, is the ability to create that which does not already exist innocently, in no sense. Because my camera is about to die, I am going to love and leave y'all here. That is today's message. Change has come. This is the change. Be the change. Show up abundantly, creatively, innocently. I want to hold them up. I want you to see them together. Abundant, innocent, creative. That is you. Take that in. That is your energy. That is the energy that you carry. We literally, the sounds coming out of my mouth, 1212, are creating things that do not exist. Every word you speak, every word you write, every picture, every painting, every computer program, whatever your thing is, you are here on earth to create what doesn't exist because this is the only place where you can do it. You have to take on physical form in order to create what does not exist. And in this case, it's change. You are creating the change that does not yet exist because everybody is contributing to the wheel of fortune turning, and it turns in favor of those who aren't in resistance, who are receptive. It's time to receive. I do feel, you know what, we're going to tap in with Archangel Michael. I want a final message from the Archangel Michael Sword of Light deck, and then I'm going to let y'all go because my camera really is about to die, and that is not an experience I'm used to having. Let's see. We have two messages. Prioritize self-care. You do so much for others. It's time for you to experience the love you deserve and let others help you. It's time to rest. Increase your knowledge. Education brings opportunities. Take a course, pick up a book, find a mentor to teach you what your soul longs to know. That literally pick up a book. It's that simple. And that is resting. Bottom of the deck, 21. Open up to your spiritual gifts. Remember that your true nature is spiritual, not physical. The angels are sending you messages to guide your soul's growth. Be open to receiving. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Service links are in the description. And I am wishing you an abundant ascension. I'll see y'all in the next video. Love y'all. Peace.